Talk Radio, back again. Segment 2. Guru, you know what that means, man. You got to give me a minute here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we go. Trash Talk Radio and TrashTalkRadio.com. Brought to you by the WorldOfSportsNetwork.com. World of Sports Network, connecting the world through the sports we love. We got all kinds of great stuff over on the World of Sports Network. It's not just Trash Talk Radio. We got the Baseheads Baseball Show. We got the Sports in Order Show with the attorney at sports. We got On Court, Off Court. You know, we got the In My Opinion podcast with Denton Day, plus tons more. Head over there to WorldOfSportsNetwork.com and check out all the great stuff going on over there. If you're looking for me, Lestro, you can find me on Twitter all the time at More or Lestro, at More or Lestro on Twitter, and the Guru can always be found at Guru's Film Room on Instagram. Guru's Film Room, it's just his thoughts, just his thoughts.
Just my thoughts, baby.
And as always, now you can find us on YouTube, the World of Sports Network YouTube page. Look for Trash Talk Radio on YouTube and all of the other great things we're doing. We're coming to you thanks, of course, to Avliano Productions here. So we want to make sure we say that. Avliano Productions. Give us this great look. Thank you to them. Thank you to everybody. Guru, TrashTalkRadio.com.
TTR, baby.
So, Guru, here on segment 2, you know we got the 2-minute drill coming up and the game time. But what we've been doing is we've been counting down to kickoff with Guru's top 5 players in every position. Now, we went through the big uglies in the line, we got through the tight ends, and we're getting to the first of the sexy positions, if you will, this time, the running backs.
Yes, sir.
So, Guru, tell us off the bat, what makes a top-level running back? What do you look for when you're watching the film?
See, running backs are actually one of my favorite positions to look at. It's very easy for me to evaluate a running back. Most normal fans are looking about what they do after they cross the line of scrimmage. What I focus on, and what a lot of scouts focus on, is what you do when you get between that one you said hike and all the way to 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. How do you get to 2 to 5 yards or 2 to 4 yards? That's what I focus on. As far as you could be a little jab step, you could be a little jump stop, whichever creativity you do, because there's always a guy that's not going to be blocked.
Right, there's always somebody.
There's always someone. At this level, like we talked about the D-line, and we discussed in the past how we said the D-line dominates the O-line now because there's more athleticism in the D-line and the O-line.
Pendulum swings towards defense.
Exactly. So what that means, the running backs always got to make somebody miss, because when they say height, there's somebody in your face. So I'm looking for a running back that could get that quick jump stuff, that little quick stuff. All right, and also we need somebody who could also be an extra blocker in passing down situations. So I'm looking for that. So I'm looking for 2 things. Either you're a pass blocker, you're a pass receiver. So I'm looking for both, because different backs have different skill set. Mm-hmm. One of them could pick up the blocks. Others can't block as well, but they can receive the ball. So it depends on the type of scheme. And nowadays, different offensive coordinators have different skill sets, have different schemes for as far as how to utilize a running back. You could use them for a running game, for as far as a power game. Obviously, like the Panthers, the Jacksonville Jags, they run more of a power. The Tennessee Titans.
Right, those are guys that keep their legs moving, that are just going to push the line.
Exactly. And then you have the younger OC, like the Shanahan's and the boy over there in the Rams.
Right.
Yeah, and then even Dougie P over there in the Eagles. So they utilize more of their backfield, very multi-purpose. You got to catch the ball. You go on screens. You do the route tree. So also over there in Pittsburgh, what you see with LeVeon Bell. So running back nowadays, you got to have a multitude of skill set, from blocking on the passing down, so you'll be able to run the ball, so be able to basically, however you get your 4.3 average a game, that's what you need to do it. And that's what I look for, because every one of these 5 running backs have different skill sets in how they average their 4.3 a game. All
right, so then let's just get into it with that. Guru's top 5 running backs headed into the 2018 season. Once again, we'll do a Casey Kasem style and count it down. Who is our number 5, Guru?
My number 5 running back, big guy. I love this guy. Speaking of power, this list consists of different type of backs. This guy's a bad dude. He's an evil dude.
He's a bad man.
He's a bad dude. And the thing I love about him and the Guru got the same haircut, baby. This is all for the baldies out there. Mr. Leonard Fournette from Jacksonville Jaguars. My number 5 running back. As a rookie last year, over 1,000 yards rushing with 9 TDs. And we saw how his progression went. It wasn't about the total stats. It's during the end of the year, going to the playoff, how he was dominant. When you are first and goal at the 1 or 2 yard line, I know Leonard Fournette is getting it. We know Fournette is getting it, and he still get it, and he still gets his touchdown.
Still going to get the 2 yards.
And then with the addition of Andrew Newell, one of the best offensive linemen that left Carolina to add on to the Jacksonville Jaguars line, I see Leonard Fournette improving from that 1041 rushing yards this season to being around the 1,200 to 1,300 rushing yards this season. He will be top 5 this season. He ended up being top 10 as far as yards on the 10th side. He was about number 10 or 9 this year, but he will be a legitimate top 5 rushing leader in the NFL this year.
All right, number 5 from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Leonard Fournette. Guru, who you got coming in at number 4 then?
Number 4, man. I love this guy, man. All this guy does is produce. Nobody ever knows this guy. Nobody ever mentioned his name, but he has one of the most famous names in the city of Chicago. Famous first name, Jordan. And
can't go wrong in Chicago.
Jordan, Mr. Jordan Howard, man.
Chicago Bears, Jordan Howard.
The 23-year-old stud running back that no one even talks about. His rookie season led the NFL in rushing his rookie season with 1,313 yards with a 5.2 yards of average and 6 TDs.
And that's with the Chicago Bears line in front of him.
The Bears got one of them sneaky lines. They got one of them. They might not have a quarterback. They have a really good line.
All right.
Remember my man sitting. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
I remember.
Come on, man. There's a translation here with running backs, O-line, right?
There is.
So Jordan Howard, last year, he came down with about 1,122 yards, another 4.1 yards per carry, 6 TDs. So he split a little bit more carries last year than he did his rookie year. So Jordan Howard, all he does is just produce. He's one of those guys, because he's in a team that's not very good and nobody ever think about him. But Jordan Howard, since he's been in the league for the last 2 years, has been a top 5 running back as far as yards and numbers in the NFL. My number 4 running back, I don't forget about you, Mr. Jordan Howard. I remember you from college. I followed you in Indiana, and I was always saying, this kid is going to be all right. And I still got your back, Mr. Jordan Howard, and the goo is going out and putting it out there. Jordan Howard, baby, number 4 best running back in the NFL.
From the Chicago Bears, Jordan Howard, number 4, going into the season. So let's move on. Number 3 then. We're into the top 3.
Oh, man, this is when the guru gets all the comments. I know you guys are listening. Hey, you know what? Instead of thinking about it, you better comment that. I want to hear your opinion, because my opinion is what matters, but I want to hear your opinion, okay?
That's right. Hashtag top 5.
Top 5, baby. So my number 3, this guy, he's out there, 26-year-old, LeVeon Bell.
Oh.
LeVeon Bell, Pittsburgh Steelers.
One of the big off-season stories.
Big season. Every off-season, big story. So everybody loves LeVeon. I love LeVeon. LeVeon's skill set is very put it like this. Not many people I've seen to ever play this game that has that type of running back skill set. As far as his patience, how he leave his linemen to lead him for blocks, how he set up blocks. And I've never seen a guy go right in the line of scrimmage and then stop, and wait.
Yeah.
And just wait for his left guard or who was his other lineman, my boy over DeCastro. You remember DeCastro?
I remember him on the list earlier this week.
Yeah, Mr. Bellevue's on. So you can imagine how patient he is, so he can let a guy like DeCastro get in front of him and just decapitate any of the defenders. So LeVeon Bell is very truly talent in the league. Not only his rushing style, but his receiving abilities.
Right, he's got great hands out there. Runs a great route. He's got great hands for a running back.
LeVeon Bell used that cocoa butter. I could tell he's a cocoa butter hands user, baby. Get that Vaseline, LeVeon, baby. You don't use Vaseline. You don't fumble. Use a cocoa butter, man. I'll tell you, man. Just a real couple of numbers I love about LeVeon, man. His receiving numbers has been ridiculous. So 2000 last year, he finished with about 1,200, almost 1,300 yards rushing, right, with 9 TDs. 9 TDs. But the thing that was making so astonishing, man, he had over 85 reception.
85 catches as a running back.
85 catches.
That's a
as
lot.
A running back last year with over 655 receiving yards. That's add on to his rushing yards. And he finished with 2 receiving TDs last year, or with over 7.7 yards per reception. Now, this guy is a complete back. a complete back. And the only thing is, why aren't you paying this man?
Yeah, exactly. It has to be because the running backs, their careers are short and they're trying to get everything they can out of them. But if somebody should be paid, it's LeVeon Bell, man.
LeVeon Bell.
Pittsburgh, what are you doing?
What are you doing, man? LeVeon, he already mentioned this is last year with them. You know what?
Yeah, he's out.
If you don't want it, if you're somebody else's trash, you will be somebody else's damn gold, baby.
That's right. Somebody will pay you.
And LeVeon will be the highest paid running back next season.
All right, so LeVeon Bell from Pittsburgh coming in at number 3. Guru, that leaves 2 who ahead of him still. Who do you have at the number 2 spot?
Number 2, my man, Todd Gurley.
Los Angeles Rams. Great year last year.
Mr. Gurley, Mr. Do-It-All, he's basically a West Coast version of Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
As far as the receptions, as far as the yardage, as far as having that multitude of assets, as far as diversity in his skill set. He could be a receiver and a running back. So those two are very similar as far as skill set, different ways they do it, but very similar as far as the end result. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So just so my boy Todd Gurley had a hell of a season last year. Obviously, he's an offensive player of the year for the league.
Monster year last year.
Over 1,300 yards rushing, 13 TDs. 13 TDs, man. And he doubled that with 788 receiving yards.
788 receiving yards coming out of the backfield. On top of all the work he was doing with his legs.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
This guy almost did one of the most impossible things, have 1,000. Only LT, Marshall Falk, guys like that have that capability. But Le'Veon and Todd Gurley. And just to give you a little bit, I put Le'Veon third for another instant because it's his contract year, because he's not happy. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of weary about that situation.
He's already said he's not going to camp.
Exactly. His agent already said this is his last year on the team. So every time I see this type of rift, I don't really see that player having that significant of a season because he's looking for 2 things. One, he can't afford to get hurt because he don't have that deal.
That's right.
So some of those decisions, he's going to make a lot of what we call business decisions this season. So instead of getting that extra yard, he might be like, you know what? Let me step out of bounds here because something bad might happen and it might cost my business.
I need these ankles.
So Todd Gurley, hell of a year. Appreciate what he does. I think he is, as far as the running backs, I love his skills. I love his speed. He could block, he could catch, he could do everything. Todd Gurley is one of my favorite running back, and the way he's used with McVay, unbelievable. So I see more and more success for Todd Gurley for the next couple of years.
All right, so that brings us to number 1 as we review our top 5. We've got Leonard Fournette from Jacksonville. We've got Jordan Howard out in Chicago, Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh, and Todd Gurley of the LA Rams at number 2. I think that leaves another big name for us hanging out there, Guru. Who is the number 1 running back in the NFL as we head towards 2018?
Hey, the Guru. What do you know about the Guru? So one thing you guys going to know about the Guru, and everybody knows, he hates the Cowboys.
That said, they've been dominating your offensive line list, so I think I know where this is going.
You know where this is going, and hopefully you won't see the foreshadow on if you see a lot of Cowboys. I don't know what the Guru's thinking of the NFC East this year, but this is obvious. This guy is the scariest player in the NFC East, if not the most scariest player in the whole football. When this guy plays. No, that's not the boogeyman.
Oh, my bad.
No. Ezekiel, you can't have Christmas without saying Ezekiel. You can't have Christmas. Santa Claus can't come to your home without the word Ezekiel. My man, Ezekiel Elliott, Zeke. Keep feeding him. As much as I hate the Cowboys, I respect this man's skill set, man.
Yeah, right. He's fun to watch, and he is tough to stop. He's the guy that you don't. If you're playing the Cowboys, he's the one that you keep your eye on. Like just look out for him.
And the thing is, with Dez Bryant finally getting out of there, Dak now realized the whole team is Zeke.
Yeah.
The whole team is Zeke. That means we're going to see more Zeke. We're going to get fed. And him having the best left tackle, the best center, and one of the best guards in the entire league. They're going to open up holes. That left side is going to be dominant. I see Zeke leading the NFL again in rushing like he did his rookie year with over 1,600 rushing yards, over 5.1 yards a pop, and 15 TDs. D's
Yeah.
his rookie year.
Because last year we had all kinds of issues with Ezekiel Elliott that kept him
Last year.
out, kept him all kinds
Last
of
year,
off-field issues.
He played basically 10 games.
Right.
Basically 9 or 10 games. Still finished top 10 in rushing.
Still finished top 10.
He barely got over. He missed it. He played 10 games, got 983 rushing yards.
That's pretty good for 10 games.
7 TDs.
Yeah, that's pretty good for 10 games.
So you add another 6 games to that, Ezekiel Elliott would have been the NFL leading rusher again. So y'all mark this. Take this straight to the bank. And I ain't talking about Lord Banks Bank. I'm talking about take it to the G-Unit Bank, baby. Wallabeam.
So there we are, our top 5 running backs.
Ezekiel Elliott will be the NFL leading rusher in 2018. Take that to the bank, and the Guru is predicting over 1,500 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns.
There you go. Our top 5 running backs: Leonard Fournette, Jordan Howard, LeVeon Bell, Todd Gurley, and at number 1, Ezekiel Elliott. You got to tell us what you think of these. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Hashtag top 5 RBs. Get it in there. Let us know what you think. Tell Guru what he's wrong about, what he's right
And
about.
I want to hear all from the NFC East. I'm calling all y'all out, all the fan base. 10K for TTR. If you don't agree with the Guru, you better comment and tell me. I want to hear from you why you don't agree with what I have to say.
And it all gets started with the Hall of Fame game, which, doesn't count for much, but is going to get going there in about a week and a half.
Yeah, about a week or two.
We get that going, and all the players are reporting. So, Guru, we're on the downhill here to the NFL season. Looking good.
And stay tuned, because next week list is going to be the wide receivers.
Getting more sexy positions in there. I love it.
The wide receivers, man. The Lamborghinis of football, baby. The Porsches of football, man. They're only good and fancy when they look good, but you can't use them too much because then that maintenance is a mother. That maintenance, Hala Julio, AB, that maintenance of them prima donnas, man.
All right, so Guru, that takes us to the 2-minute drill. Are you ready for this?
Let's do this. Let's roll.
So the 2-minute drill, how we play the 2-minute drill here on Trash Talk Radio is that this is our opportunity to talk about the things we didn't get a chance to talk about yet on the show. I put 2 minutes on the clock and I start lobbing questions at the Guru. Are you ready?
Let's get it, baby.
Here we go. Guru, cornerback Darrelle Revis announced his retirement after 11 years in the NFL this week. Your thoughts on Revis, and will we see him in Canton?
Yes, first ballot, one of the best to ever do it. As a former DB, we all love Revis Island. And I have to say this, ladies and gentlemen, Revis Island is now closed.
Right. Leave your passport at home.
The island is on quarantine.
All right, more football news. This week we got terrible news that Vikings offensive line coach Tony Sparano died unexpectedly this weekend. Guru, what does this mean for the Vikings season and for your boy?
Man, my man Kirk Cousins.
Right?
This just happened like really breaking news.
Yeah.
I love me Tony S, man. I remember him from the Dolphins, being the head coach of the Dolphins. Got that boss mentality, man, that mafia, the old Tony Sparano, man. It's sad, man. Prayers to his family, obviously. And we're going to get more news about this because they said it's just something that happened unexpected.
Yeah, totally unexpected. Age 56. Our hearts go out to his family and to the whole Vikings organization.
The whole Vikings organization, man. And I'm looking forward to it because the Vikings going to have I give them an extra incentive as far as to make sure they have a crazy out of this world season.
Very much could do that. Hey, speaking of the Dolphins, the Dolphins helped the NFL shoot themselves in the dick again this week with the whole NFL anthem policy. My question for you, Guru, is how does the NFL make this go away? How do they just get this off the pages and get back to football?
You know how? When is opening day? When is the kickoff?
A little after Labor Day.
Labor Day?
Yep.
That's when it's going to go away.
You think?
After Labor Day kickoff, we ain't going to worry about no anthem. You know what we're going to worry about?
Football.
Football.
We get back to football. That's how we do it.
I know what the NFL is doing. They're just trying to steal some little thing from Adam Silver. Sorry, Goodell. My man Adam Silver is kicking your gluteus maximus.
All right, so speaking of
I'm not a football expert.
there it is. Hey, speaking of football, Jimmy Garoppolo got caught with with a porn star this week, dating a porn star out there in San Francisco. My question for you is, does it matter, and is this how a franchise quarterback acts?
Yes, it matters, man. First of all, you got that check now, Jimmy. All right? I'm telling you, I'm looking at you, Jimmy G. This is for you, buddy. You got that check. You know what you do? You get a cheerleader, buddy. Okay? You get a cheerleader. What are you doing? You know who get the porn stars? The practice squad player. You know who get the porn squad? The guy that's when you were third string. That's who get the porn star. You are a franchise quarterback. So you know what that means? It means you get yourself a cheerleader, buddy.
I think it shows that he was the backup to Brady. Brady got a supermodel. Jimmy G got a porn
That's
star.
what I'm talking about, Jimmy G. You're a supermodel type. Now, what out there you gonna get something that everyone on their mama in LA already pissed through?
All right. So speaking of that, let's go over to game time. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go, game time.